Welcome back. Let's play some more Stanley, huh? So I took a picture last time of a certain time. 0344. I'm gonna try and put that in, see what happens. But now I'm wondering, should it be AM or PM? I have no clue. Let's just do this, and let's just leave it at PM, I guess. Ah! 0344 PM. Your favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 0344 PM is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 0344 PM? Well, right now it's very inaccurate because it's 14:28 PM right now. So, I would say not entirely inaccurate, but somewhat. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you liked things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple of new ones. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Okay, if there will be a next time, I don't know. I don't know how long this game is. Oh, wait, is this a new intro now again? No, it's the same. Okay. By the way, if I start this game now, and it's gonna show me the intro again, I will skip it. Because it's just the same, right? Nothing's changed in here. Okay, this all looks very normal. Oh man, I love this title screen. This is, like, actually a sick title screen. Alright, let's go. I feel bad skipping that because the music is so good.
This is the story of a man.
Skip. Alright, that was fast. That was a very easy skip. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What if I do this again?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again, sir. Oh my god, the stickers are still on it.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms.
That's amazing.
With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Feels good to be reunited, huh? Old pal. I should name the bucket. I should name the bucket, I don't know, I have to think on that. I have to think on what to do next.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What if I go right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Indeed.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Lifelong friend.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, Stanley did not. Damn it.
No, said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
You're not even gonna comment on me jumping off? Wow. Okay. Oh, this is the spot. No buckets past this point.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a
I
bucket?
don't.
I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I almost felt like I commanded him to open that door. I randomly looked at it and he opened it right after. No, actually. No, I'm going back. Oh, he closed the door! Okay, fine. Warning. Do not stand on this side of fence. Oh. Am I gonna get jump scared? Okay. What the fuck? Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should
Okay.
tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual.
Hey!
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
What do we got? Okay. Looks like a bucket. Yep. Standard setup for bucket. But wait. Did you see that at the beginning, guys? When it rolled in? That was definitely a bucket wobble. Did you see the bucket wobble? There's no way this is hologram. It's gotta be bucket. Right? Guys, I think this is bucket.
Incorrect.
Ah.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yep. I don't think this is bucket. I think we've got a no bucket here. This is a no bucket. Maybe we have a bucket. I don't think this is bucket. Yep. This is definitely not a bucket. But guys, check out the handle stand. What about the handle stand? This could be a bucket. I don't think this is bucket.
Incorrect.
Ah!
This is a bucket.
God damn!
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Notice the vibrations. That's so bucket! Right? It's gotta be bucket. I can't tell. Can you tell? Let's keep watching. The way the bucket is vibrating. Very standard. I can't wait to see the bucket.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
You asshole! Okay, no more of that. Oh, fuck off.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect.
Oh!
This is a bucket.
Daniel, I want to get my hands on you. Ah.
Item 6.
Oh, no.
Is this a bucket?
Okay, let's think about this. It's clearly a bucket. But then again, it is item number 6. What do we know about the number 6? It is one of 3 sixes in the number 666, aka the devil. And what does the devil do? He plays tricks on the mind. Holograms, corruptions, 3D printing. It's all the devil's work. So I say yes, this can't be a coincidence. It's a bucket.
Trick
Yeah!
question. Both.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Fuck you.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Oh, is it invisible? Invisible bucket? It's a bucket!
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
No, but I believe that nothing is a bucket. Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Me too.
I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
I was half expecting him to change all of the assets in the game into a bucket. You know? Desk, bucket. Computer, bucket. Painting, bucket. But then again, I guess not. Also, the subtitles were not a bucket. And the little circle in the middle of the screen. No bucket. If you say bucket enough, it loses all its meaning. Bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket. Bucket, bucket. Bucket? Bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Oh, so nice. Oh, this is of course... So this resets every time you exit the game and go back in, I guess. Okay. Alright, let's go, bucket. Let's go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright. Dude, I didn't even think. I just autopiloted to the left because I was told to in that moment. I think that's the first time in the game where that happened. I didn't have a proper destination in mind. I just veered to the left when I heard the words. Am I becoming an NPC? What's going on here? Daniels' words are getting to me now. Ah, look! We're missing 2. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. I think those 2 places are in the same place. Meaning, if I jump off... Wait a minute. Somewhere both red and blue. That's where I just went. No buckets past this point. Beyond that point, there's a red and blue door. It's gotta be that. And stairs, something to do with stairs, is also in that spot. If I go through the left door there, we get to the staircase where I have to jump off. It's gotta be those stairs, right? That's what I'm thinking. Has anything else changed in here? I don't think so. Except, of course, this whiteboard. Places to search. What other stairs do we know of? I mean, it could just be these stairs over here.
Stanley, we must move on from this simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Right. And the broom closet and I are sworn enemies at this point, so that's right. Do not fraternize with the broom closet. Except... Okay, just checking. What if I go back? Oh, okay, I can't go back.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I'm gonna walk down, thank you. Oh! Ha! Staircase.
Close now, Stanley.
Yay!
You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon,
What?
You'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
I gotta be blunt here. I want to smoke whatever Daniel's smoking. I'm serious. Something is very wrong with you, Daniel.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket.
What?
It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket.
No!
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground.
No!
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Where are you?
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
I'm
He
coming!
had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity.
Oh my God!
And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
What the fuck? That is so silly, but I love it. I was really feeling it, man, during that sequence. I get so immersed in this game sometimes. Dude, the music was so good as well during that. I could almost feel myself lifting off the ground. I could feel what Stanley felt. You know? I was Stanley.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can we get rid of these balloons, please?
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
What adventures await us this time? Stanley wondered to himself. And he also wondered if, in an emergency, the bucket would be okay with him pooping in it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
So hold on.
left.
A red and blue place, it has to be the red and blue door.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
No.
Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
It's gotta be here.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I just realized what I need to do. I need to not bring the bucket. And then grab a,
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
I need to go through the red and blue door without the bucket. Because there's no buckets past this point, right? That's amazing. I'm gonna pick up the phone now. Don't get scared. Ah, there it is.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
Alright, Daniel, I'll play along. Let's see what you have up your sleeve.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh, I'm not gonna like what I find in there, am I? Don't jump scare me, please. 427B. The beige pages. Like the yellow pages. Amazing. Nice apartment. Oh shit. Sunset. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press R to take me to work with you. Okay. Let's go to work.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
No, it's not. I can hear it. I can't turn it off. I see you there. Press N to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
It's an inanimate fucking object. You're an inanimate fucking object. Press M to go back to work. Okay.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
That's so weird. It's like I can hear a voice somewhere off in the distance. It's very faint, but I can't quite make out the words. Am I imagining this? No, no way. Let's go, Bucket. Don't listen to the loud man. Press J for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Now, press P to ignore anyone in your life, except for me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Bucket? There you are. How's my little Ben? Oh, Ben, Ben, Ben. What are you doing on top of the monitor? Let's go. You believe I'm real? Don't you, Stanley? Come on, press Q to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Ben, listen to me. I don't know how longer I can go on with this. I don't feel safe with you, okay? You're commanding me around and telling me to do things that I don't want to do. Okay? Turn off the TV, listen to me. I can't do what you ask of me. We can't do this. You hear me? Ben. Ben! Why won't you say anything? Press P. Press it. Press the button!
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room.
It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Ben, listen to me. I can't have you following me to work every day. I can't have a moment alone. You're there all the time. Everywhere I look, it's just Ben, Ben this, Ben that. It's just, you used to be so much more than just a bucket. Is that all you are now? Just carrying around water and all kinds of aggregates? God damn it, Ben. You scare me. You hear me? Whenever I speak to you, it's like my words fall into this black void of yours. Into this hole. Never to resurface. Speak, damn it! Press G to go home, to work, to 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 home, to work. Ah.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Ben, you did all this? Ben! I can't believe you did all this for me. That's so romantic. Ben! Maybe I do love you. Ben, I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry for calling the cops on you, Ben. I'll drop the charges, okay? Oh, Ben.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me the bucket,
No.
Stanley. I need it.
It's
Give
mine.
it to me now. Give it or I'll...
No! Go back to work, Stanley. Jesus Christ. Dude, again, the music is so good. This is incredible.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How many times do I have to tell you, Daniel? Stanley does not miss memos. Do you hear me? It's not true. It's not.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Oh, Ben, I have the perfect place. Just watch. Shit, Ben, I need you to stay at home. I wanted to go to the red and blue door. All right, Ben. I have other plans then. Let's go left again, okay?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I have big plans for you, Ben.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet. Simply
All right,
because
fine.
I have no remaining stickers.
Coming
Fine.
to the staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Let's go in here. Ben, do you need to go? Huh? We have a long trip ahead of us. Okay, maybe not. Ah! Aha! Close your eyes, Ben. That's a violent painting. I'm done with the elevator. No more. Stanley does not take elevators.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Punch in the
life.
code.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Whoa! Did you see that? The floor was shortly open right here. For a brief moment there. If I stand right here, maybe I can go somewhere secret. I'll have to remember that next time. Alright.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I love you, Ben. Do you love me back? Ben.
Stanley
Whoa!
and the bucket walked straight
Fuck!
ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
How did I get shocked by that? I've been here a million times. What is wrong with my body? I don't understand. Let's try going here now. Alright, Ben, I have something to show you, okay? This is gonna shock you. But my boss is actually secretly mind-controlling everyone in this facility. I know what you're thinking. It's crazy. But watch this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
No. Only the bucket. Stanley knew. Stanley was aware. Alright, watch now, Ben.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Ooh!
Everyone
I'm just
in the
kidding. I would
office
never
was
drop you,
being
Ben.
Videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
No! Ben! Are you leaking?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Is there a bucket screen now? I need to see. Ben, are you under the influence of mind control? Tell me. What does that say up there? That one up there said something different. I can't see what it says from here. It's yellow text. Okay, let's go. Let's go, Ben.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
No, but really, Ben. Has our relationship been a lie? Are you under the influence of mind control? I need to know. I need to know!
But at the last second, The bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
What?
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Huh? Silly birds? Oh!
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
Oh my god.
Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Oh my god, is that Wrinkle? No. No! No, I wasn't done! I was gonna see more silly birds. Damn it! What the hell?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wait, don't take the bucket. No bucket this time. I'm sorry, Ben.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, we
The
are
lounge
going
was
somewhere special.
sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper. Something darker.
Yep.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, there's a balloon up there. Oh, there's multiple, look. I didn't even notice that.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Shut up, Daniel.
Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley walked through the white door.
And there it is.
Yay!
The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here, and now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Very cool. We got them all. Let me think.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Haven't we done this one?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh yeah, we have.
Here. Yes.
Oh no, I don't want to do that again. That's so depressing.
If we just stay right here.
No. No. Begin the game again. I'm not doing that shit again. Fuck no. That is horrible. Employee 427 has What the hell is this now?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay. Wait. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Oh my god. Really? Huh? Isn't this just the same, though? No, wait, this wasn't here before. This wasn't here before.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Dude. That image right there is actually really creepy. You know what this is probably representing? It's representing the masses of people that go crazy for achievements or collectibles, you know what I mean? How they're all falling and stumbling over each other just to get that damn achievement that actually means nothing. Is that what this is supposed to represent? Because it sure as hell looks like it, and it's kind of dark. Oh wait, there's more over there. But now that I see this floaty figure, I must grab it. Oh, the shine on that. Look at the particle effects. The way it rotates and shines so brightly. I simply must have it. Oh, you will be mine. Where was I? Right. Oh, this is weird. Oh, invisible bridge? Oh, no way.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
I love that. You continue to surprise me in mundane, unremarkable ways. Yay! This was a good memory, man. Those were good times when I picked that standarine up. Oh,
Okay,
wait.
let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
Easy. The bathroom. That actually scared me a little bit. I'm not used to that door automatically opening.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
I can personally vouch for the opposite of that. That is not true.
Let's see, what came next?
What the fuck is this? I have no memory of this place.
Oh yes, we found a figly in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
The hell? Wait a minute. Oh, you know what this is? Call me crazy. I'm gonna call this right now, before it happens, okay? There's an apple. It's biting in the apple from the forbidden tree. In the garden of knowledge, or whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean? I never did pick up this figurine. So I'm not supposed to take it. I didn't earn this. I'm trying to remember something that didn't happen. But I will pick it up anyway, just because I'm curious as hell. And you can hear, like, creepy whispers in the back. Yay! The forbidden fruit. Weird. Ah, yeah.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Wait, this is Windows Movie Maker. What's that down there? Haha. It's Mini Stand 5. You found it under the stairs. Thanks for watching. Directed by the narrator, edited, everything narrator, starring Stanley.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Wait, what's that sound I'm hearing? Oh, okay. Yay! Dude, that was amazing. I love that. Windows Movie Maker brings back memories. I used to mess around with that back in the day. I distinctly remember the blue background and all those transitions and shit. Oh yeah. What a trip down memory lane, huh? Well, I guess we are in the memory zone. Also, that thing is... Can I circumvent it somehow? Okay. Maybe not. Okay, this got creepy.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh. Hold on. Wait. Wait a minute, something is not adding up. Wait a minute, we have 12 right now, which is the double of 6? So we're missing one, because one of the figurines we got in the pink room, which we never did visit. Hold on, which one am I missing? We had the bathroom. Oh, we're missing the one behind the... in the boss's office. Behind the fireplace. The heck? Daniel! We're missing one. Oh, that's weird.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Dude, that was such a cool room.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
Fern!
Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Wait a minute, does the fern look different in the preview on the right? No, it doesn't. Oh! Look at the screen! You are in the past! Oh, that's so cool. Here's a painting of a landscape. Isn't this line really black? Or is that just me?
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember.
Wait a minute.
This. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Yay! Boss's office, Daniel. Don't you remember?
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yeah.
Yes, I love that video.
Me too. That's such a good video. I love that video. This is the one that's fucked up.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah, I'd say a solid 8.7 out of 10 room. Really solid. Yay! Move on.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
You know what, Daniel? Just listening to your voice is a reward in itself. Thank you. Thank you for being who you are. Yay! Wait, we go back now? What the? Oh, that's right. Now we can do this one. Oh, it's dark. Oh, wait. What? Huh? Okay.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
No.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
This was our first. Hey. My god, Daniel, your memory is shot full of holes.
This is it. The very first
Oh,
one
wait,
we
you're right.
found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
I'm sorry, Daniel. You're right. This was actually the first. I forgot about this one. I'm sorry. Yoink. Yay. Let's go. Oh, wow. Now that's a Stanley. That's the jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Me too. That was fun, actually. At least until jump 13. Then it became unfun. And the last 5 jumps were a real slog to get through. Let's be honest there.
Oh, yes, the 2 doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
I would say the strongest memory. And I have a fond... Wait, they lead to the same place. They lead to my office. Is it the same? It is the same.
And before everything else, there was your office.
But you're forgetting.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now.
What?
I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Of course, we're just gonna be exactly where we... Oh, let's see if something's different in the next episode. Thank you for watching. This game is crazy. Bye-bye.